there is a sting in the tail, unfortunately, with this car. Having done all of the prep work, all of the servicing, all of the renovation work over some 7, maybe 8 episodes or more, we're now in a situation where just this morning this car developed a fault. Welcome everyone. So we're out in XJ40 doing a bit of a shakedown run. As you know, we've been through various restoration improvements to Jaguar XJ40 over the last few months or so, and this is really the first opportunity I've had to actually give her a bit of a shakedown. She's now fully taxed back on the road, and at this point in time MOT is pending. It's going to be this week, so hopefully we'll get a bit of a result with the MOT. I've no reason to think otherwise. The car's had brand new shock absorbers and springs at the rear, and that really does make quite a difference. The poise of the car, it definitely feels better and more composed. There's no crashing and wallowing at the back, where I think the springs just weren't really up to the job, particularly under load. And the real test, I guess, with that will come when we go on holiday and we load up with cases. But absolutely, it just feels a lot better. We've got new front tyres as well. Unfortunately, one of the tyres had a screw in it, which caused a very slow puncture, and believe it or not, we think that was prevalent even during last year's holiday when we went down to the southeast of France to Lake Annecy. We just had to keep topping the tyre up every day. But no, I think she's certainly performing well at the moment. I've got kick down. Remember, we've also changed the automatic transmission fluid. We use Dextron 2 fluid, which is the correct spec for this age of automatic transmission. The shifts are nice and smooth. They were before, to be honest, but it's good to know that we've got the right fluid in there to manufacturer's specification. We've also changed the oil in the rear diff as well. Bit of a fiddly job, but again, just make sure that we're preserving XJ40 and we're not encouraging any whines or excessive wear into the rear differential. Other changes, well, we've done some general servicing, right? So we're running a Castrol GTX oil. I think it's a 10W40, which is quite standard. I say this is the AJ6 straight 6 4-litre engine on here, so that's all good. Oh, and you may remember perhaps last year when we came back from France, we didn't have any cruise control. That got fixed last year. That just turned out to be one of the vacuum lines had a very small hole in it, and that had been caused inadvertently by myself, I believe, through the, let me just turn the aircon on, it's getting a bit warm in here, and that had just been caused by me inadvertently changing the air filter and disturbing something and introducing a hole somehow. That's been fixed, so we have working cruise control. We also had the challenge with the front brake calipers. There's a whole video on that as well, where I was a bit unlucky with some of the brake bleed nipples. Just getting past this little cyclist. So pulling well up the hill here, that's all good. No undue rattles or concerns. And anyway, yeah, so brake calipers, so they've been replaced, and we decided to stick with the original discs and pads because they just didn't have that much wear on them, surprisingly. So that's all functioning well, no leaks there. The level in the system is consistent, which I wouldn't really expect anything else, to be honest. But yeah, just enjoying the car, making sure there's no untoward noises, that the shifts are smooth, and that we don't have any misfires. In fact, I will double check on that, but I did have a bit of a misfire on this, and I actually went and changed the distributor cap because that had a bit of wear. I could have cleaned it up with some sanding papers, so maybe it's wet and dry, but actually I just got a new one. It's a genuine one. and I just put that on there as well. Also cleaned up the rotating arm with that, because that was quite corroded, had quite a lot of build up as well. So that was done. But I think the real contributory factor to the engine running smoother is down to the replacement oxygen sensor. So on this particular model, the 1994 Jaguar XJ, this is obviously the Sovereign model, 4-litre Sovereign. This basically just has the one I think it's a downstream, just the one downstream oxygen sensor. It's downstream of the catalytic converters, and yeah, that had been failing. I had I think it's fuel valve 44, and that usually means that your oxygen sensor, or maybe the wiring to the oxygen sensor, is compromised and it has problems. I also had fuel valve 34 pop up, and I believe that means that the fuel, the emissions are too rich. Always quite possible again if you've got issues with the oxygen sensor getting incomplete readings and so on and so forth. Let this car go by. So yeah, all in all, everything's pretty much resolved, and just recently you'll appreciate that we did the rust hole as well. So that was an unexpected that was an unexpected find. But the good news is that although I say structural, it wasn't really structural. It's not near any suspension, chassis, or seat belt anchoring points, so it wasn't really a structural issue, but it could have been very, very quickly, right? So it's important to recognise and address the fact that that rust hole, it needed to be cut out, it needed some new metal letting in, and it just needed to be finished and painted and rust proof. So that's all been done. So I'm confident now that going into this week, with the pending MOT, we shouldn't have any issues, at least with anything like that. So the good news is XJ40 passed its MOT without any advisories, which is great news, because there's been quite a lot of work done to this. Suspension work, rust proofing, paint repairs, servicing, and so on and so forth. So it's really, really satisfying or vindicating that XJ40 was able to pass its MOT. Great news. But there is a sting in the tail, unfortunately, with this car. Having done all of the prep work, all of the servicing, all of the renovation work over some 7, maybe 8 episodes or more, we're now in a situation where just this morning this car developed a fault, a serious fault. It was the good old engine gearbox warning light, accompanied by the transmission, which is the 4HP24, going into limp home mode. So for those not familiar with limp home mode on these cars, with that unit, it literally is third gear only in a very, very jumpy reverse. So with regret, XJ40 sadly will not be coming with us to Slovenia. It's nothing obvious. I've checked and done some basic troubleshooting, making sure that the connections to the gearbox are sound. I've checked the level of the gearbox fluid, there's no leaks or anything like that. And it's really frustrating because just last weekend I took this for a thorough test drive, of which you've seen some of the footage already, right? And there were no issues. But sadly, just this week, we've got the irrecoverable error of the gearbox. So she's going to be booked in when I come back. It's not possible to get it to a specialist in time, so everyone's on holiday. So basically it means she'll be going into the workshop in September for some diagnostics by a transmission company local here where I am. It's not irrecoverable in that it won't be fixed. It certainly will be fixed, and we may well be using XJ40 for a trip later on this year, who knows. But for now, it means we're going to be taking this one, X356, my 2007 model year Jaguar X356 XJ
TDVi, the one with the 2.7 litre bi-turbo V6 diesel. Now, it wasn't the first choice, but actually we're going to be covering some 1500 miles to get down to Slovenia from where we are, maybe 1600 miles door to door. So actually maybe the 2.7 bi-turbo diesel for long distance journeys is the right choice after all. Funny how fate has a hand like that. So it looks like we're going to be taking this car, Jaguar X356, the 2.7 bi-turbo diesel, on holiday instead of XJ40. And that is the update, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you appreciated some of this content. There's a whole series of XJ40 renovation servicing videos. Also content concerning my S-Type R, which is under the cover, Project S-Type, which is on the other side of this hedge, plus some videos concerning X356 as well. So plenty of content to look at, and plenty of more content featuring my cars coming along very soon. If you like this sort of content, do consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Until the next video, thanks a lot.